Hello and welcome to day 22 of the No New November challenge. Today we're going to be using some newspapers to make pages. Now I've got some newspapers here from when I went to Israel. So I've got a couple of interesting text on it. Now I think this one is the Hebrew version. I'm not too sure, I can't remember now, but I've got a couple of different pages here. Now I quite like text on some of them. I'm not going to use all of these, but I do quite like these. So I'm going to first start off by just checking these pages. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with gluing them together, because newspaper pages are very not very fragile, very fragile, that's the word. So they do require a little bit of stability, so you do need to glue some together. So I'm gonna open this up here, glue this entire page, and then stick the second page down. So start off with in the middle and just go across. You do need quite a bit of glue for this. I wouldn't use wet glue, again for the same reasons as the dry, as the fact that it's quite fragile. Wet glue might cause it to rip. Hope everyone is well today. It is a beautiful winter day, I would say. Now we have hit winter here, or certainly where I am. Here it's chill. There's a chill in the air. It's quite sunny at the moment. It's not too cold, although you would want to go out wrapped up if you were going to go out. My walk yesterday was lovely. I got to meet my mother, socially distance walk from my house, which was nice. Nice to get out, get a bit of fresh air after a few days where I hadn't been for a walk. And it was nice to see my mum, because I haven't seen her in ages. It's quite nice that she lives close to me, so we can go for walks occasionally. Now you do want to burnish this, so I'm going to properly just pop it down flat first, and I'm going to get my bone folder and give it a good old once over. Now this size is, it's not a massive size, but it will probably do 2 pages. I will go around the edges with a bit of wet glue now. I know I said not to use it, but you don't want to use it on the main, and just kind of get those bits which didn't glue together with the dry glue, which I've missed. So just do a line across here, get the corner, burnish that out. You see where this is ripped off? That's okay. I'm not too fussed about a little bit ripping off, but that kind of shows you that you shouldn't really use it for the centre. I think this side is mostly done, just a couple of little bits along here. Get the corners up here. And yeah, so that's good. I think we just need a little bit here as well. So coming all the way down here, around, out. You want to give that a good sorting out. Right, now I'm going to fold this in half and cut it in half. because of the nature of it, I probably wouldn't use a cutter, rotary cutter, or the paper. I'm not sure if it will hold up to it. It will probably do the whole bunching up thing that papers do sometimes, which is really annoying. It's normally because I haven't got a sharp enough blade in, but still, it tends to happen on the things which are a little bit thin. So just trim that like that, fold it in half, fold it in half, and we've got 2 pages. Now, I like the text on them. I'm not keen on the pictures, so I would probably cover those with some blank paper, just like so, so I can something a bit wider than that. I'll find something at some point. Let's get some. So I've got some paper, so I'm just going to tear this, stick pieces down. I'm not sure if I would use a sewing machine on them. I haven't tried myself, but I've got a feeling if you did, it wouldn't exactly hold very well, and you'd end up with the stitch lines would actually almost tear it. So I probably wouldn't use it, or at least I wouldn't advise it. I mean, by all means give it a go. If you do it though, I would probably recommend using a wide zigzag stitch on it rather than a straight line or a tight zigzag. Be interesting to see. I would have tried it out if I had my sewing machine, but as we know, I don't have one at the moment. I'm really missing it. Don't really use it all that often, but when you're missing it, you kind of, well, yeah, it's odd. Just using some tea-dyed paper here. I think it's actually tea-dyed scrapbook paper. Close that there. Scrapbook paper's got quite a nice texture to it. It's a bit thicker than copy paper. Well, quite a bit thicker than copy paper, but it has got a really lovely texture. The kind of paper that you would use, you get when you're kind of a child and you're kind of doing a scrapbook back then, that kind of paper. I don't want something too much like that. That'll do. Just something. Actually, I'm going to put some book page on that as well. I quite like this text versus this text. Gives us a interesting kind of juxtaposition, is that the word? Putting something next to each other, which I'm not sure if that's the word or not. Right, pop this down. I'm not sure how well the newspaper would take if you used inks on it or watercolours. It would probably bleed the text, but you can use stencils and some distress oxides. Probably that would be okay. Inks might be okay too, like distress inks, the pads rather than inks that you paint on. I'm not going to do too much decoration, just some, because again I want space to write, so that's why I'm putting kind of blank things in. Spots in which I can use. I think on these actually I might glue in one of my tuck spots, maybe on this one, but here. Now I think on this one I'm going to use some Fabri-Tac. I think this will be stronger glue. I've drawn a line down here. There's my Fabri-Tac. I'm just going to pop this straight on in the middle of the page here. Which means I can then use it to tuck something in. What have I got that I could use? Let's take these space cards, which I did the other day. Okay. For now, because it's not got the structure of the book. This I might have. I still got pockets. I don't think I've got pockets. I think I've used all my pockets now. I think I'm just going to use this piece of vintage ledger paper. I always get stuck on that word. Vintage ledger paper. I'm going to leave the fold on it rather than cutting it out, so I can use it, fold it down. Interactiveness, it's always good. I'm going to use it to cover up those pictures. We can tuck this down. Now I do think that I want to put something here. Now if I had text that was not too flouncy, I don't know if I've got any, which these are texts. Destiny, that's quite flouncy. Use this one. Just gonna get my, sorry, I didn't mean to knock you, my stays on. I don't know if this will fit on that little block which I've got there, so I'm just gonna get my bigger block, or one of my bigger blocks. So just just pop it like this. Let's just bin a little bit there. Okay. Get my almond smelling stuff out. And kind of make sure I get everything on that. And line it up down the side. I'm going to do it again so it's like all the way down. That's okay. I only want half of this time because I don't want it to come probably a little bit more than that. There you go. I like that. Just a little bit of interest down the side of the page with a what's the word? Hey, why am I struggling today? Side of the ledger paper. Oh, I think I need to write that somewhere on my desk. Oh, so put my lid on my glue. I will need to clean these stamps because let's do right now. What do I think it needs? Something else. I'm going to pop a couple of these on it. Trim that off the edge there. Right, so I do quite like this, just a little bit, very simple, not too complicated. Got text space, but it has a bit of interest on it. So we've got 4 pages. This I do feel needs something else, but I'm not sure what. Should put some washi tape on it, maybe. Got this nice big book washi tape. Not book. Letters. Should I put letters down? Do you think that looks nice? Yeah, we're going to pop that down. It's stuck now. Ooh. It's a very thick washi tape, this. It's like almost feels like it's like 4 layers thick. Being careful not to cut the fold here. Okay. Simple as that. Grab the next one. What have I got around? So, what have I got left in my tuck spots? I've got the other one of these. which I think goes quite nicely actually. The blues. Let me use this one again. Do I want it this side this time? Yeah, I think I'm going to do it this side. Got our line down. So what kind of newspapers do you guys read? Are you tabloids or are you what's the other one? Tabloids or spreadsheets? No. What's the other one? Broadsheets. Broadsheets. Or do you just kind of, are you the non actual newspaper printed type of person? Do you like just the news off of your phone or things like that? I'm not liking this, so I am going to cover most of this page, I think. Just like this. There we go. Don't have to do squares, you can do other shapes. I've seen some really lovely pockets done with just torn edges, which look really lovely. I haven't tried them myself yet. Could have made this into a pocket, but again, I'm not too sure how strong the newspaper will be, so a bit of space. I kind of want to put something down this, so what do I want to use? Some stickers. Shall we use some steampunky stickers? I don't use these very often. I've got some rather big ones. Use those. It's not really going into my theme, but my theme's kind of sort of loosely holding things together. Oh, that's okay. You're kind of going to be filling, as you're filling this out, you're going to be setting your own kind of, well, using your own memories, and you know, everything, what you're doing at the time will kind of override whatever you're putting on these to a certain extent. Right. So we've got that, got that. Should we put some, I don't know how well this is going to work, but thinking about putting some more of this. I've got one which is already open. So in my I have in, or I used to have, I don't have any in here at the moment, but I used to have inside my little drawer here with all of my napkins to use. I also used to store my dryer sheets, because I use dryer sheets between my plates and my, what's the word, dies, and my the plate. So you put your plates down, you put a dryer sheet down, you put your paper on top, then you put your die on top, and then your next sheet, and then you run it through, and then the dryer sheet kind of makes it easier for you to pull those pieces out, and it also protects your plates a little bit more. Not brilliantly, I'll be honest. The main reason is it kind of adds as almost like an anti-static to the thing, so when you pull out all the details, particularly on intricate dies, when you pull out all the details, you can do so relatively quickly and easily. Right. Just going to get one of my scraps of washi tapes just to separate these layers. She says it would decide not to grab properly, wouldn't it? There we go. Don't save that for cleaning up. Need another one. Sorry, I'm just using a bit of sellotape to separate these layers because it's a bit easier to do that than separate it with your fingertips at the end, she says, but it's just not coming off very easy today. There. Let's cover this. So you should see this through it. What I'm going to do is flatten that out. Question is, do I want to then bring this round here? Use it as almost like a, ooh. Yes, I do. So I'm going to leave that on there, and then I'm going to bring out my glue again and carefully glue around. Boop, boop, boop. Sorry about all of the random noises that I tend to do. I do this when I'm crafting. I'm like one of those people who kind of makes random noises as I'm crafting, and also kind of sticks my tongue out when I'm crafting because I'm concentrating. There we go. So in order to trim these down, I'm just going to fold this back over so I can get this here edge first. I'm going to need sharper scissors than these. These going to be better. Don't know, these might not be better. Oh, they're just about doing it. And bottom it. I'm going to do the same down this side. Actually, no, I'm going to trim off the edges first. So just come right to the edge here. Pop that to the side because that's about tag size. And then come down here. So cut off the final edge. And we'll go around and try and work out if there's any places we need to add a bit more glue. Very lightly and carefully use this kind of glue, because again we don't want to tear the pages. It's a bit stronger now that we've got the 2 pages together. You can see that this is actually slightly sticking out, so from the page, let's trim that down. Won't need to go down this side because this side's folded around the page. So it's just the kind of edges at the top and bottom and side, the inside. Okay. Then I just need to straighten off this side here where I've kind of cut it a bit. It's not straight. There we go. So we've got another page. So like this. Oh no, it'll be this way around. So got a bit of texture and paint, and then we've got a tuck spot. Got ourselves some writing areas. Another tuck spot. Yeah, I'm really happy with these. I hope you've enjoyed this. This is just using one sheet of newspaper. The other thing you can do, if you're not sure, if you're not wanting to use it as a page in its right, you can kind of rip it up and use kind of almost collage articles onto an existing page. That's another option. Because mine's foreign, I don't quite know what the it's actually saying, so I'm not too worried about saving the articles. I may end up changing them a little bit when I use them in my journals, but gives you an idea anyway. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Tomorrow is day 23. Can you believe it? We are coming nearly to the end. We're in the last third of this junk journal challenge, and I have got a brimming journal. All of these bits on the top at the moment. I still have some tags here to pop inside. Oh no, I've lost one of my tuck spots, and I've still got some journal cards and the little books that were made. What else have I got to use? I think it's just those. Not sure. I've got one of these already kind of set up in here. But yes, it's starting to come together, and I've got, well, probably way more than I will need for this particular journal. So I'm going to end up having to cull some pages, which is fine because I intended to do that from the beginning. But yes, we're finally kind of coming to the end of, well, you could put all your pieces together and be done. It is entirely possible. Oh, I've got some more tags in here as well still to use. So I've got an absolute brimming journal. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye now.